Hello and welcome to Backlinking, the PKM podcast. This will be a short one, but I have to do it because OpenAI released their new AI browser, and I have a beef with AI browsers. I just recently purchased a 9-month plan. I paid 60 USD for 9 months of Opera Neon, and I don't remember how much it actually is each month. I guess it's around 20, 25 USD. That's where most of these are. But I have tested out a bunch of AI browsers. I have tested out Perplexity Comet. I have tested out Opera Neon. I've tested out Dia. I haven't actually tested out OpenAI's one because it isn't available on Windows. And I also know that Chrome is adding a bunch of like AI stuff into their browser as well. And I don't like AI browsers. And that isn't because of the privacy, even though I think that is a huge concern that we at some point need to like figure out and come up with a solution for. But that isn't something I want to go deep into in this podcast episode. And the second issue is, or the second problem I have, which I won't go into either, is the fact that these browsers just like how should I put this? Like they have growing pains. They feel half baked, and I won't go into those two simply because I think those issues will at some point resolve themselves. Like all of the bugs will be fixed, all of the issues where like these AI models can be tricked to do stuff that will be fixed. Like a bunch of these things will at some point be fixed. So that doesn't scare me. The bugs doesn't scare me. Privacy scares me a little bit, but I'm hoping I am staying optimistic as I always do and hoping that we will figure out something around privacy. My main issue is um, where are the use cases for an AI browser? Like, how, how should I say this that in a way that makes sense? Like, moving browsers is really hard, and I can't seem to like figure out why or what an AI browser can do of like real use cases that I can't just get ChatGPT on web or Claude on desktop or Claude on web to do for me. I actually prefer Claude on desktop. Previously, I've used something like Raycast AI, which is just AI on your device, which you can use. You can also just bring it up anywhere. Like a bunch of other applications have this way of doing it instead. At least a few I've tested out, and more to come, I promise you. I just can't seem to find like a reason why I would use AI in the browser instead of using any of like Claude Desktop, for example. And that is because I can't seem to find real use cases. Like I will do the same stuff in the browser AI as I would do in the ChatGPT website, for example. Like I will do exactly the same stuff. The point of these AI browsers is that like the work happens in the browser and the AI will be able to do things for you, like go ahead and move some data for you from a place to another, things like that. The only like huge issue, or the reason why this isn't something I believe in yet, is because I'm not ready to outsource work to something that hallucinates, that makes mistakes that I wouldn't, and just like to something that in the end ends up with me having to double check their work, which takes so much time that I would probably have saved a little bit of time if I just did it myself. That is what it feels like a lot of the time. So the main use case I've had for this is like moving moving stuff from social media stats into an online Excel document or Google Sheets document. And that has been like the main use case I've had for AI browsers, because that takes a lot of time. And if AI can do it, it saves me a bunch of time. And also then having AI help me analyze the numbers, that has been like one of my main use cases for AI browsers. And it does well until it suddenly doesn't, until it just figures something out that, like, it decides that this video or this post got 800 likes and not 80. Like, terrible example, but you get the point. It sometimes just decides to give my videos or my posts different stats than they actually have, which is a huge issue. Like, it hallucinates, which means that the use case of AI for that specific thing, like, it disappears. I've seen people use it for things like finding cheaper flight tickets, or finding discount codes to use on a website that saves you. I think I saw a YouTuber post a video about a discount code that saved them like $5, which I understand for some people is a lot of money. But if you have $60 to spend on Opera Neon, or $20 each month for ChatGPT, like, those $5 might not be as much. And I get that for some people. Like, if you shop a lot, or if you buy plane tickets every week, or a couple of times each week, or if you do this stuff a lot, like, it compounds, it gets worth it. But my theory is that there aren't many people out there that currently benefit from AI browsers. And I'm not doubting AI in general. I'm just saying that the browsers currently aren't ready yet. That is the first thing. Because I'm happily paying for my cloud subscription every single month, and I will continue to happily pay for my cloud subscription every single month. So that is not necessarily my issue, isn't with AI in general. It is with browsers, because the user experience and the user interface of these AI browsers, they aren't as good as some of the other choices. Like, Zen browser is really good, apart from it being Firefox and not having DRM. Um, Helium browser is another one that I haven't tested out yet, which looks really good. I mean, Chrome isn't a bad browser, except for how much RAM it steals. Um, there are a bunch of good browsers. Vivaldi is another one. Brave is another one if you're into privacy, and even some Web3 stuff, which I don't seem to understand. So there are a bunch of like really good browsers out there that I would pick over AI browsers, because I value the user interface and the user experience of the browser higher than I value having half-baked AI inside of my browser. Like, if the AI cannot work every single time, if I have to like fight it to do things for me, it won't be worth the money I'm spending on the application, considering I could like spend the same amount of money just purchasing Claude, for example. It is a little different with Chat GPT and OpenAI and their whole like subscription. But I don't use ChatGPT that much. I've mainly used Claude. Been really happy about that. So that is the example I'm using. But it is different because you get everything in one subscription, I think. While as with Dia and things like Opera Neon and also Perplexity Comment, you will have to pay. You will have to pay for access to the browser, and it is also like included in your Perplexity account. But Perplexity is more of a search engine, a bunch of stuff here. But basically, to make it simple, OpenAI has it included in their AI browser is included in their Pro plans. So you get unlimited use, at least unlimited messages, I think their website says. Um, But with Perplexity comment, it is also the same thing. You don't get unlimited of everything, but like in the Pro plan, you also get comment. But Perplexity is more of a search engine, so it doesn't do everything that Claude and ChatGPT does. It is also just a way for you to access other models like Perplexity. Um, doesn't, or it has one model, I think, or maybe two. I'm not sure if they continued their models, but both of them were based on Llama, which is Meta's open source model. Um, Anyways, I won't go too deep into all of that stuff, but I think OpenAI included it in their pricing as well, just as Perplexity. Um, but it doesn't like remove it doesn't remove the point, because even though it is included in my subscription, I will still choose the web interface in a browser I like rather than the browser version. Like I will go to ChatGPT on Zen browser instead of using their own AI browser. The same goes for Perplexity. The same goes for uh, uh, um, actually it goes for all of the AI all of the AI browsers. I will choose to go right to the website, whether that's Claude or ChatGPT, rather than using the AI inside of the browser. And that is because, like, the selling point of having AI in the browser is that the AI will do things for it will do things for you. If it isn't able to do that, which it a lot of the time just isn't, then the selling point like disappears. Then you could just use the web versions, and you would have that accessible everywhere, like on all of your devices, on your work devices in many cases where you're allowed to go to web pages but you can't download stuff. Like I think what I'm trying to say here is that even though AI browsers are a great idea, and I'm a big believer of like things happening on the web, I'm not one of those who think that the web will disappear and we will just have a bunch of databases that AI will go and get information from. I don't think that will happen because I believe that we sometimes we as humans we do things for the value of like doing that thing. Like I like to shop stuff, stationary stuff, for example, or test out note-taking apps because I want to test out note-taking apps or buy stationary stuff. Like I want to go through and do my research and find the right things. That is my hobby. I find that really fun. The same goes for note-taking apps. I don't want an AI going out and testing out a bunch of note-taking apps and coming back to me and giving me like the best note-taking app for me to use. That's not what I want. I want to do it myself. I want that experience. Sometimes I do things just for the experience of doing it. That's why I don't think the web will disappear, because I think like going to the internet and doing stuff is something that a lot of people like and want to experience. However, I think that a lot of people at some point will have like things like shopping shoes or socks. For me personally, isn't something I necessarily really enjoy doing. So I can send AI out to do stuff like that. But I don't think the web will disappear, because there are some people out there who actually like to buy shoes and clothes and like probably everything. You can find someone that really wants to do that thing. So I'm not one of those who thinks that the whole like user interface, user experience of the web will disappear. There are people that really believe that. So I think AI will be in the browser. I think the AI browsers will win. But we are currently at a point where no one wants to fall behind. Everyone wants to be the first to produce an AI browser. And that means that we get a lot of unfinished products out there because it is much better to put out an unfinished product that you will fix, rather than ending up being 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to a year late compared to all of your competitors. That is the state of AI. That is the state of AI browsers. Everyone is putting things out there because they cannot afford being late. That is the biggest thing they are afraid of is being late, because if AI browsers suddenly get good, like if Opera Neon or Perplexity Comment gets really good, and OpenAI has to come 6 months later and actually put out their own AI browser, they will lose. People will have already started using the other AI browsers. And as I've said many times, people don't change browsers. Only tech nerds change browsers a lot. I have changed browsers. Well, before I got into tech and productivity, I hadn't changed my browsers. I used the one that came with my computers, which often was Microsoft Edge. After I got into productivity and tech, I've changed browsers like 16 times or something like that. I've changed to Arc, I've changed to Zen, to all of the AI browsers. I've changed back and forth between browsers. So um, tech nerds will change browsers, most people won't. Uh, so, what I'm trying to say is basically that AI browsers are a great idea, but they are just not there yet. I think that covers up my ideas around AI browsers. And I just want to emphasize that these are my thoughts and ideas. As usual on this podcast, I just have a few notes. I open up my camera, my computer, and I try to talk about the things I am thinking about. As usual, thank you so much for watching or listening. If you have any questions or anything you want to discuss, I'm always happy to have discussions. That is one of the reasons I'm doing this podcast, because no one else in my life wants to listen and discuss with me around AI browsers. So I have a podcast instead. Thank you so much for watching or listening to today's episode. Again, any questions, leave them down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching or listening.